Jacksonville Jaguars go bold, sort of like the color of the jacket Travis Hunter is dancing his way out of the green room in.
An incredible last memory of taking the field with his sons, Shador and Shiloh, here at Folsom Field at home.
Talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me and just not starting to be with me. Like, come on, man. Y'all go do something else with y'all life.
Could Travis Hunter really be packing his bags mid-season? If the whispers flying around are even half true, this isn't just some football shuffle. This is personal, and it's messy. Word on the street is, this whole shakeup has nothing to do with plays, contracts, or the scoreboard, and everything to do with his wife, Leanna. Fans are convinced one of his own Jaguar teammates got a little too close for comfort. And when I say too close, you know exactly what I mean. And here's the wild part, the timing. We're not talking off-season trades or end-of-year shakeups. Nope, this would be mid-season out of nowhere, with the internet screaming that the reason is straight up humiliating if it's true. We've got shady locker room rumors, old clips making a comeback, and a marriage that's already had cracks showing. If even half of this is legit, Travis walking away might actually be the least dramatic part of the whole thing. Yeah, transfers happen all the time in the NFL. Players chase better contracts, follow the money, and keep it moving. But this one feels different. We're talking about a guy hyped up as one of the Jags' future stars suddenly packing up in the middle of the season. Not at the end, not during a normal trade window. Right now.
I did do some Zillow researching for a house last night, so I had a feeling.
I'm sure you have talked to everybody about playing both ways, offense and defense. What are we thinking? Is there, you're leaning towards one more than the other, or do you really want to go 100% both ways?
Nah, I'm not leaning to one or the other. You know, I'm going 100%. As much as they put on my plate, I'm going to do the best that I can to, you know, take it all in and, you know, do my job.
Awesome. Congratulations,
love it.
Travis. Enjoy the ride, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And you already know when something like this happens, people start asking, what went down? If it was just business, we'd be hearing the usual safe line. It's business. I'm ready for a new opportunity. I'm just focused on my career. But Travis? Silent. And it's that silence making people suspicious. Especially when you remember how loud and excited he was when the Jags drafted him. Now the internet's digging like crazy. Reddit threads, Twitter spaces, TikTok breakdowns, all trying to connect the dots. And no matter where you look, the same theory keeps popping up. This isn't about his stats. It's about his personal life. More specifically, the rumor that one of his own teammates might have crossed a serious line with Leanna. At first, it was just cryptic comments like, check the roster, or look who she's been talking to. But then, TikTok and Reddit started dropping actual names. The story making the rounds? One of Travis's own Jaguars teammates was way too friendly with Leanna.
Okay.
Never post when y'all have problems.
Okay.
And be honest, always be honest.
I feel it. You got the ring on right now?
No, I don't.
You don't? Hey.
And according to the way people tell it, you don't even need to hear the full sentence. The look alone says it all. Of course, no one's confirmed a thing. The team's quiet, Travis isn't saying a word, and Leanna's gone totally ghost on social media. But she did say in one interview that she keeps her relationship strong by not letting social media dictate it. Still, silence online? You already know. That just makes the rumors spread faster.
First time I got to get a shot. Wow, now you're so good. Shoot him through the glass. The other side is fair. Other side is fair.
What really sent the story spiraling was how perfectly it lined up with stuff we've already seen. That old clip from months ago of Leanna leaning in, chatting with a Jaguars player, yeah, that's back in circulation, and fans are suddenly looking at it way differently. And here's what stings most for fans. If the player in that clip is the same one people are naming now, that means this tension has been brewing in the locker room for months, which would explain why things started feeling off behind the scenes. Little signs here and there, practice vibes seemed off, players who used to joke with Travis stopped hanging out, and in press conferences the energy felt awkward, like everyone was watching what they said. Nobody's outright saying there's drama, the team's pretending everything's fine. But when you look closely, Travis just feels different. He's not laughing with the guys like before. On the sidelines, he's mostly by himself. If that rumor about Leanna and a teammate has any truth to it, that explains a lot. I mean, imagine having to practice, travel, and share a locker room with someone you don't even want to look at. And when home's supposed to be your safe space, but this kind of tension is brewing, forget it. That type of mess doesn't stay at practice.
An incredible last memory of taking the field with his sons, Shador and Shiloh, here at Folsom Field at home.
It follows you into the car, into the kitchen, into the stands. Fans have even spotted little moments that tell their own story, like that wedding clip. Travis leans in and she turns her head real quick. Bet you saw it too. Then later, at a game, the cameras caught them in the stands. Faces tight, voices low.
It was an accident. Do you remember we...
I love you. Oh, I ain't mean to say that.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's literally what happened. We would like, he would drive. Wait, no, I would drive. He didn't have a car. I would drive and I would like drop him off somewhere and I'd be, all right, I love you, bye. And remember? And I used to be like, oh, I didn't mean that.
Looking like they were in the middle of one of those sharp whispered conversations couples have when they're definitely not on the same page. No yelling, no wild gestures, just that locked-in tension that says, we are not good right now. Now, put those moments next to the teammate whispers and the dead silent Instagram feeds, and suddenly it doesn't look like random coincidence anymore. It's not proof, but it's pressure. For him, every snap at practice comes with a side of, what are people saying now? For her, every public appearance turns into a body language breakdown. Before anybody says we're stretching, let's be real. These are the same little signs a lot of you have already seen. Just nobody wanted to say it out loud. None of this screams it's over, but it does scream something's off. And here's the thing about that kind of slow burn. It doesn't blow up on day one. It builds. And just when it looked like they were trying to ride it out, Travis started switching up his whole routine in ways you couldn't ignore. The changes didn't just hit at home. They spilled into his whole lifestyle. This is a guy who used to be everywhere. Charity events, hanging with friends, surprise appearances for fans. But lately, nothing. No public outings, no off-season fun videos, no casual meet and greets. He went from being everywhere to barely anywhere at all. And when he did show up, no Leanna on his arm, just that same serious, far-off look like his mind was somewhere else entirely. That's when fans started wondering if he was avoiding more than just one teammate. Maybe he was avoiding being seen in certain situations altogether. And here's where the timing gets messy. The exact same weeks he went low profile, the internet chatter about him and Leanna exploded. Instead of shutting it down with a post or statement, he stayed silent. And the speculation went crazy. Some fans swear that's when you could tell he'd already made up his mind, not just about the marriage, but about his spot on the team. And then came the rumor that really made it feel inevitable. Apparently, Travis and the teammate at the center of all this didn't just keep their distance. They had it out. It supposedly happened after practice, away from the cameras, but close enough for people to notice the tension. No one's putting their name on what was said, but let's be real. With the rumors flying, you don't need a transcript to know what it was about. For a lot of fans, that was the, yep, it's done moment. You can't share a locker room with someone when the air is that thick. From there, it started feeling less like gossip and more like quiet confirmation. And while Travis kept his mouth shut, Leanna's silence started speaking volumes. She stopped posting, stopped showing up at games, vanished from the usual behind-the-scenes content. For someone who normally had at least some presence, that sudden disappearance was impossible to miss. A short social media break is one thing, but this felt like something else entirely. She wasn't just quiet, she was hiding from the spotlight completely. The timing made it impossible for fans not to connect the dots. Suddenly, the question wasn't if Travis would leave, it was how he'd do it. Right now, Travis isn't saying a word, Leanna's keeping her head down, and the Jaguars are playing it cool. Which means we'll only get answers if somebody finally cracks and spills. And trust me, if that day comes, the transfer won't be the headline. The reason behind it will. And that's the part the NFL might not be ready for. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.